We gotta go.
Okay. You're fine.
We gotta get going.
You're fine.
Fucking late. Motherfucker.
We are recording now.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Almost afternoon now.
It's fine.
Morning.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, should I scoot it?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me better?
You don't have to put it right there, but like
I'm
there's
just gonna
good.
make out with it.
That's
Get
fine.
my fucking Bloody Mary on here.
That's fine. It's good.
Ew, that sounded gross.
Okay. Is it gonna be like last week where everything was disgusting?
Maybe.
Where I had to edit half that out because we're like, oh yeah, everyone likes to write her.
Oh god, I can't wait to listen.
Yeah, I did edit it out though
Oh good.
because you were like,
I mean,
my children listen to this.
they do not.
Well, not your children, but you know what I mean.
Kind of. Hi, Shay.
Hi, Bree.
Welcome everyone to 30ish. Whether you're 30ish or not.
Whatever. We'll take anybody at this point. It's fine.
It is Friday the 13th. That's the day we're recording.
No, we're not. It is Saturday the 14th. I think you need some sleep, my dear.
I think I need to go hide under a rock for a couple days. Oh my god, I don't even know. Hi, it's Saturday. Yesterday was Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I just traveled back in time.
I guess you did. Well, you kind of did when you went from the East Coast back. So technically, you kind of did.
Yeah, I'm just really jet lagged from
Yeah, that's
being
just
2 hours away. 2 hour time difference.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh, it does. Take a picture of that most smartest
Yeah,
right
that's-
here.
That's okay. Most tiredest is more like it, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
might be a pretty solemn show today. Solemn?
Shalom.
Solemn show? Is that a word? Solemn?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's a word.
like it's like not.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
Eeyore. I'll just be like fucking.
That'll be great. I mean, that's
Eeyore
a
today.
really good way to just rev up our listeners here.
Yeah,
Yes.
hey, what's up?
Stay tuned, guys, because it's going to be a shit show.
It's gonna be what did you roll?
What did I roll?
I forgot what I rolled again, guys. I had to ask Shay yesterday.
I rolled nostalgia.
Oh yes, you did.
I did. And you rolled science.
I certainly did. And what are we drinking? Bloodies?
We're drinking bloodies because you got to go to a baby shower later. And let's be honest, I think the only thing that are ever served at baby showers, cool baby showers, are mimosas or bloodies.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Also, it's probably gonna. Let's be honest. It's gonna be beer at this baby shower.
oh, well, they're even
It's
better.
like at a park in Denver. I'm excited. It's at Wash Park. Oh, let the cat in. Look who let the cat in.
I'm trying.
Look what the cat dragged in. Nothing. The cat didn't drag in anything.
Come on.
But we're dragging the cat in.
I am, yes. But he'll ask to be let out in 2 seconds because he's an asshole. But
My
that's
ears
just,
feel weird today.
I think your whole body feels weird today. You seem a little off, my friend. That's okay. We're going to still give you a hell of a show.
One hell of a ride.
Yeah, so you rolled science.
Yes, I
And,
did. It's gonna be good.
Is
It's somewhat scientific.
well, no more scientific than my Uber story. Come on.
Oh yeah, that was science.
Yeah, science light.
It's good. It's one I've been wanting to do for a little while, but I forget whenever I roll science. So
Okay.
excited.
You just want to jump right into it?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Might as well. We're here,
Here we are.
and here we go.
We're on. Ow. Jesus.
All right, y'all.
All y'all.
We here, and we ready.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know.
It's fine.
Oh.
Only like half our synapses are firing, you guys, so sorry.
No, where? Oh, there it is. There's my information.
Okay. Lay it on me.
All right. So, today we're going to talk about the science of crystals
Ooh.
and the energy properties
That's
of
totally
them.
scientific.
Oh, it is. So, first what I want to talk about, I've just been I don't know. I've just been hearing a lot more about. I mean, my mom used to have like crystals and like stones when we were younger, and I always thought it was kind of weird. And I was like, whatever, Mom.
They're not here right now.
And then like my sister, I've just like slowly learned more about them in the last, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
And then one of our friends, Heather, that we worked with.
Oh yeah, Heather.
She always had a couple different crystals in her bra. And she would sometimes hand them off and be like, "You need this today."
I don't remember her putting them in her bra.
Oh, she did.
Oh,
in her pockets.
Oh, well, the pockets.
But
yes.
she always had some things going on in there.
She did. She was very knowledgeable. And she had gorgeous tattoos. And that always is a good credential if you're getting somebody with crystals.
If you're gonna have crystals, you probably
check their tattoos.
Yeah, if you want to know if it's legit.
Yeah, or they have like a chakra necklace or some shit.
Yeah, the chakra necklace. Yes. So, what is a crystal, you ask, Jay?
Oh, you must have heard it in my head.
I did.
Good.
It's a solid substance with internal order that physically manifests in symmetrical and geometrical shapes. Ooh. Salt and ice are examples of crystalline substances that we encounter every day. So even little salt and ice are examples of this.
Like little Whoville's.
Yes, inside every one of us.
Yes.
Crystals vibrate at their own frequency as well, in the same way that the cells in our bodies and our chakras vibrate at their own frequency. And basically, your chakra, if you don't know what that is, it's like your...
I'm waiting for it.
It's each of the centers of spiritual power in the human body. And it's usually, we're considered to have 7 of them. Just so you know.
So like our own little Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Yes, our little force fields.
Mm-hmm.
Our own little force fields.
Waiting for my Megazord.
So, it is said that when we come in contact with different crystals, these different frequencies meet and enhance our physical, emotional, and spiritual balance. And this isn't just a new woo-woo kind of thing that's been going around. They've been used for thousands of years.
It's true.
And natural crystals are so powerful that metaphysicians and healers throughout history have used them to alter the flow of energy. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Ooh.
But crystals are also considered to be one of the building blocks of life. They're made from the 2 most abundant elements on the planet, silicon and oxygen. And the atoms bond together under pressure, and after they arrange into a 3-dimensionally repeating pattern, giving the crystal its structure. So it's just like
fancy.
They just keep that's just this,
That's just crystals
how they grow.
For you. That's just they're like a really cool fungus.
They are.
Yeah.
It's fucking
but better
crazy.
Too.
Yeah. And the crystal quartz is one of the most stable crystalline structures around, and therefore widely used, and it actually has the highest vibration. It's commonly used in, remember the quartz wasn't the underneath the Stanley wasn't that a big giant quartz?
It was like quartz or something
like that. It's basically a battery.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what the fuck are we doing down here? And why are people touching it?
Let's get the fuck out.
Let's leave, please. And go to somebody else's like dark little basement, which is what we did.
That doesn't have a cave that says don't go in there. That looks like
fucking
hell. The hell hole.
Yeah.
The hole to hell.
The entrance to hell?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, I remember that.
The hole.
It was
hell.
like, no. It's like, don't go back there.
It just had a orange cone in front of it. Perfect. Quartz is commonly used in transistors, the world of integrated circuits, and it's also the backbone of all computer chips, which I'm probably sure you guys knew. Quartz is all up in our computers. That's what my fucking computer chips are made of.
It's not the government that is like, we gotta like look out for. It's like, goddamn crystals.
Those crystals.
Yes.
It's also used in all forms of electronics, including telephones, mobile military radios, and advanced electronic systems. And in the field of laser optics, quartz is used as prisms, timing devices, and certain crystals are also used for quartz watches and other timekeeping devices. They just hold a lot of different powers and properties.
No shit. I didn't know all that.
Yep.
Just thought they were like pretty rocks.
No, girl. They got some fucking they do some shit.
They do some shit.
And
Although,
it's like
yeah.
insane the ability of like energy they can store and like that, and they do, yeah, they're just on a different vibration and frequency,
They're on a
and we've
different
been
frequency,
able, yes,
yeah.
they are different wavelengths. So crystal use dates back to at least 6,000 years, even to the time of ancient Sumerians in Mesopotamia. They're considered to have metaphysical properties. And some even claim psychic abilities with regular use of crystals. What? Many cultures utilized crystals in their work because they knew a secret that modern science has only recently discovered. Crystals have the power to transmit energy. And yeah, they've been using these way before our technology is crazy advanced, but like
Right.
they were using these back in like 6,000 years ago. Like that's pretty, and like knew the power and like knew the different things they could do.
That was pretty cool.
So much experimentation has been done throughout the last 1,000 years by laying on stones to determine which stones help with which needs. So it's not only used for like technology or anything like that. It's used to help heal different ailments, different emotions, stuff like that. So I'm going to talk about a couple different cultures that and how they used crystals. So the Egyptians used crystals for protection and health. They buried the dead with a piece of quartz on their forehead to help guide them to the afterlife.
Well, that's good.
Ooh, dancers wore rubies on their belly buttons to enhance their sexuality. So that's what we need. If you guys are looking for a man,
I'll just
Shay,
put a ruby in my belly button.
just shove a ruby in your belly button.
and they'll be like,
okay.
I just want the ruby,
like,
ma'am. Thank you.
I'm very attracted to you.
But just your ruby.
I just want your ruby.
Yes. Get out of here.
It will just permeate the natural energy you already have.
It's true.
Permeate?
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, it's more like, come get my Temple of Doom.
Maybe that should be a new, like, your Temple of Doom. The Cave of Hidden Wonders.
There's no treasure in there. Everything melts. Touch it.
Holy shit.
I know.
Okay, so
Okay,
a
anyway.
necklace over the heart was intended to bring love to one's life. So if you wear a ruby around your heart, that's also supposed to maybe not
Gravitate.
So if you
a
put the
suitor.
ruby in your belly button, it just means you want to fuck. But if it's on your neck, it means you want some love, you know?
Crystals
you want a
are
little bit
very
more, you know?
You could send like a completely
Yeah,
mixed
if you don't
signal,
know.
like no, I just thought it was pretty. Like, oh no, you just
flash your belly ruby
you
to
just
guys
want it
in
yeah.
the bar.
Yeah.
Woo! You know what that means, boy? Just kidding.
That's how the Egyptians talked back then too.
That's what they did. So forehead crowns were also worn to stimulate the third eye, and even used ground lapis lazuli and malachite as eye makeup. Ooh, that'd be dope.
Wow.
Doesn't have any fucking horrible chemicals in there.
Right? But can you imagine just trying to figure that out for the first time?
Just like rocks on your...
Do you guys
Like
want just
gravel
like
on
a
your
red
eyes?
under like whatever and just scrape it enough till you start bleeding? Jesus.
You grind it up.
I know. I'm just being silly.
I know. And your little mortar and pestle.
Yes.
And one of the most interesting accounts of the pharaohs who carried a copper cylinder and a zinc cylinder filled with quartz to balance the Ka and Ba energies of the body, which is basically equivalent to like the yin and yang of your
Right.
body.
That's pretty cool.
So ancient Greeks used crystals. They rubbed themselves with crushed hematite before going into battle, thinking that it would make them invincible. Probably didn't work.
No.
The most.
But they were like, well, it's
We'll
fine.
try it.
We'll just rub Trevor in it and just see what happens.
The name for amethyst is derived from the words for not drunken in Greece, because amethyst was worn as an amulet to protect against drunkenness and hangovers. Ooh, good to know. You
Yeah.
guys got a hangover? Grab yourself some amethyst.
Yeah, I'll just put
Just
that and I'll
rub
go
it
into
on
the
your body.
Go into the office. Be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just hold it in your pocket
I'm
when you're at the
not
bar.
because I have my Amadrunk and it's fine.
I am a drunk.
I am a drunk. Wait, don't fire me.
Even the word crystal is derived from the Greek word for ice, because quartz crystal looked like water that was frozen and would never melt. The Romans used crystals as amulets and talismans were common amongst them. They were used in medical treatment and to attract desirable things, enhance health, and provide protection in battle. In India, the Hindu Vedas, which is the sacred 5,000-year-old religious text, discuss the use of different crystals to treat certain medical ailments as well. And then it also talks about the specific properties of different crystals. This isn't a 5,000-year-old religious text, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Interesting. I wonder, like, when they were like, you know what? Instead of these rocks, we're going to use this poison instead. Maybe when it wasn't, like, curing anything. I mean, I know, like, the power of crystals works, for sure.
Oh, well, I mean, it's up to speculation, Shay.
Isn't it always?
Yes. Yes!
Okay.
For example, they say emerald will bring you good luck, and Ayurvedic medicine also recognized the healing powers of crystals for hundreds of years. The Mayans, Aztecs, and Incans societies understood the power of using crystals for balance and healing on physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. Crystals were used to diagnose and treat disease as well as to see the future through divination. According to some accounts, the Incans considered certain stones like emeralds to be so powerful they chose to die before giving the conquerors the location of their emerald mines. And indigenous tribes like the American Indians and indigenous tribes of Australia have used and continue to use crystals to diagnose and heal illness as well. And then many of the stones used in their traditional jewelry are thought to contain healing powers. And these include agate, turquoise, onyx, and more.
Oh. They're not just pretty gifts.
No, they're not just pretty gifts.
They're also giving you the health, like the gift of life.
And the benefits of wellness. The ancient Japanese were skilled at the art of scrying and used transparent crystal balls to produce vision. So I think they're one of the first, like the crystal ball fortune telling. Like,
really, Japanese?
Started with the Japanese, I guess. Yeah.
Interesting.
Quartz crystal spheres were thought to represent the hearts of dragons, which symbolized power and wisdom. And Tibetan Buddhists have considered quartz crystal spheres to be objects of great holy spiritual power, believing their properties could even assist with enlightenment. And in Buddhism, the medicine Buddha is calling healing master of lapis lazuli radiance, and its rituals include meditating on lapis lazuli. And even the Neolithic man used crystals.
The what man?
The Neolithic man. So like one of the first, like, he's like one of the first humans, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Like,
I just have never heard that term
cavemen,
before. Yeah, I've never heard that term before.
He was like a prehistoric man.
Okay. Well, I mean,
and yeah, he's like from 30,000 years ago instead of, like, you know,
super prehistoric.
Yeah, he's really old. He's an old guy. The oldest crystal amulet dates back to 30,000 years, and it was made from Baltic amber, and it was the Neolithic man apparently wore it. So the prehistoric humans also constructed stone tribal burial chambers, or megaliths, that were designed according to the texture, weight, color, and vibration of the stone to maximize its resonance.
Man, I thought I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah, right? Well, they didn't. They just had to eat and
they didn't have a lot of garbage TV that, you know, I have to catch up on.
Netflix to binge.
No.
Or they didn't have to pay taxes or fucking pay for everything.
But they also probably had like a lifespan of, like, you know, 15.
Yeah, they're like, well, we might as well just construct our tombs for ourselves while we're living.
Because I'm going to get the common cold and probably die.
So, that's just a little...
I like it.
Fun facts about what
I'm learning so much. I'm very quiet because I don't know anything about this, so I have nothing to reference it to.
That's fine. That's why it's science.
It is. We can't always be funny.
I guess not.
Rats.
This is just, you know,
it's good though. It's very
half hour
it's
of your lives.
Very informative. Way more, again, informative than my science. And I'm like, I don't like science, so I'm going to talk about flying cars. And make fun of it because I could never fathom how they would even do that.
Yeah, I don't.
And not be helpful.
In like 3 years. So how long does it take a crystal to form?
4,000 years.
Well, Shay, that could be correct because each mineral has a different rate of crystal formation. Most take millions of years, but some can form instantaneously. Rock candy? Just kidding.
Boom. Pop rocks?
Fucking
Done.
science.
Fucking
Okay,
science.
pop rocks.
Dude, rock candy was, ugh. It didn't taste like
Let's
anything.
make some rock candy.
And then it just like, oh, look. My tongue is shredded. Sweet.
And it's blue.
Yeah. I hated it.
Rock candy.
I hated rock candy.
And the little sticks that came on with the little...
That's what I was thinking
ball?
of. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
the
you
rock
would try
candy?
and like...
Yeah, you
ugh.
can't really lick it like a lollipop.
Because I'm not... I'm just a little special, okay?
You just chew on it.
I don't like that. It just makes my teeth fucking hurt.
That's
like when you like bite into a popsicle. Monsters. Serial killers. That's how I know. They're biting into popsicles like that.
They're crazy.
Axe murderers for sure.
So the majority of crystals do take a very long time to form, and this is because they're gradual accumulations of solid substances carried by groundwater. All crystals are formed under incredible amounts of heat and pressure, which makes them so special.
It does.
And the degree of heat and pressure coupled with their depth in the earth determines the size, symmetry, and transparency of a crystal. And as long as a crystal remains in its natural environment, it will continue to form and change. So once it's plucked from wherever it was, it stops growing.
Well, isn't that like a lot of things on this planet?
Exactly, like a plant. It's like a fucking plant.
It is. It's just like, leave me be. I'm not ready.
Scientists understand that applying pressure to certain crystals, such as quartz, generates a specific form of electricity. Also, it's said that aliens use fucking
Well, duh.
crystals and shit.
They probably have
back
them
in
all
the
up there.
pyramids and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they do. They're like, here you go. They just make it rain on us, and then we're like, oh, we can cure our anxiety.
True.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
With aliens.
1000%.
So, like I said before, the computer and electronics industry depends on crystal technology and couldn't even exist in its present form without it. And as an interest in spiritual and energetic healing has increased, practitioners have developed high levels of expertise in the use of crystal energy to achieve some impressive results. Testimonials from different people report ranging from correcting spinal deformities to increased financial prosperity and accelerated spiritual and psychic development. So, a specialist on paleontology and metaphysical, of paleontology and the metaphysical at the Astro Gallery of Gems, named Asa Durman. I was reading an interview with, I think it's a girl. I don't know if Az is a girl name or a boy name. But
it's okay.
They had some interesting things to say about crystals. So, one of the questions asked was, is one crystal better than the other in terms of energy? And the specialist says that not really. It depends on the crystal healer, but for most people, it's simply a personal preference as to the look or feel of the crystal. And people often report feeling the energy of various crystals differently, and it's true, everyone does. To some people, a certain crystal is very strong, whereas to another, someone might hardly feel anything from that same crystal. It just depends on how each person's drawn to that mineral. So how important is it to have good quality crystals? And the specialist says each crystal is a miracle in itself. And for healing purposes, the very best aesthetic form is usually not necessary unless you're talking about like feng shui, I guess. Characteristics like clarity, color, symmetry, locale, rarity, and provenance are essential in mineral collecting, but for healing, all that really matters is a personal bond with the crystal that you take home. And so they also say that like,
all right,
you're supposed to just like
you go in there, and you just name it, and you're like, hey, I don't even give a fuck if you're from the 99.
Yeah, it's like a pet rock.
It's fine. You're gonna go in there and you name it, and you pick it, and you're like, you know what? You look like you're the alpha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose you. I'm gonna name you Jason. And you're gonna sit here right here on my desk.
And I'm gonna.
And you're gonna
You gonna
protect
help
me.
me.
And if you don't,
You gonna help me with my shit,
you're gonna
boy?
do my shit, boy. And if I feel like I'm not being protected by you, I'm gonna throw you at the perpetrator, and you'll still protect me in some way.
Exactly.
So
You'll find your way back to me.
No matter what, my shit's gonna get manifested.
Exactly. Yeah, it just says you're supposed to like whatever one whatever one feels like that you're drawn to. Kind of, it's like an intuitive kind of.
Perfect. I'm gonna use that for like everything in my life.
should,
I'll be like, I'm gonna go get a new car, and just be like, hey,
Just feel it.
that car's mine. I don't need to pay that because we've connected on a soul to soul
But we
level.
have a bond. I
have a
can't leave
bond.
without it, but I also
can't.
can't leave
Yeah.
by buying it. So
So
give me that.
you're gonna have
Yeah, I
to.
don't know how that'll work with other things. I think you have to make the transaction.
Theft, whatever. It's
We'll
fine.
see. Who cares?
If we belong together, we belong
Don't
together.
steal crystals or cars.
Or other people's stuff.
Yeah, no, don't. Just those two things. But anything else is fine.
But if the crystal calls to you and it's in your friend's home, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, you can share crystals. Some people think it's weird, but it is okay if you don't mind someone else's energy
That's true.
being on the crystal when you get it back. But then you can cleanse your crystals too, and there's different ways to do that. There's some crazy shit going on with the crystal world.
Okay.
Anyway, so did you know that crystals can absorb an indefinite amount of energy?
No.
So now you do.
Thank you.
They've been able to demonstrate the ability that crystals have the ability to store massive amounts of data indefinitely in a synthetic crystal. And the research was done by a man at the University of Southampton in UK. And he successfully recorded a 300 kilobyte digital copy of a text file onto a nanostructured glass. And they also stated that it's able to store the vast quantities of data for more than 1 million years.
So they're like vampire rocks.
Yeah, and then furthermore, the crystal is capable of thermal stability of up to 1,000 degrees Celsius. So it's like indestructible, and it can store this type of data for millions of years. And I read all about how this happens, but I literally had no idea how to put that into words for you guys. So you
That's
should
fair.
just Google
It's
it.
like- it's like-
insane.
It's like a fucking engineer, but for rocks.
It's because all the different fucking, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
like an
I can't
engineer
even
talk, but for-
explain it.
Yeah, but for rocks.
They can also absorb high intensity waveforms, which could be particularly useful when it comes to absorption of other high intensity electromagnetic waves like radiation, like nuclear radiation.
Oh, well, see, that's what they should have done. They should just put a big crystal by Chernobyl.
Exactly.
Problem solved.
So the impact of
You're
radiation
welcome.
poisoning caused by the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, for instance, can still be seen today. There's also approximately 500 nuclear reactors worldwide used for the production of electricity, and it only accounts for 10% of the electricity that's produced. And there's 500 nuclear reactors worldwide. Also, the meltdown at a Japanese nuclear facility near Fukushima, like during the tsunami of 2004, resulted in over 800 tons of radioactive material leaking into the Pacific Ocean every single day since then. That's still happening, guys. Did you fucking know that? Anyway,
That's
yeah, it's just
wonder why
still,
this
and they're
planet's
like,
on
yeah,
fire."
it's not a big deal. It's fine. It's just leaking down to the bottom of the ocean, and
pay no attention
they
to
won't
that.
it won't even feel it. Yeah,
Don't
fuck
pay
you guys.
attention to it.
So, could crystals maybe help to purify radiation poisoning within the oceans? They're trying to work on that. There's a woman and a shaman named Little Grandmother Keisha.
Oh, I thought you were going
And
to say like
she's
little
trying
grandmother
to
eagle. I
No.
was like, oh, all right.
Keisha. She's a
Keisha.
white lady, actually.
It's like Kesha, but better.
Yes, exact. Maybe it is Kesha.
Do you think that she has like a dollar sign for the S?
She should. I think that's the proper
I'm
way
sorry,
to spell
she's
Kesha.
classier now because
She
she
is.
doesn't have the dollar sign.
No, she doesn't. She probably doesn't have the dollar signs.
She doesn't. I looked it up. Like that's her new thing. Is she's way classier
She's
now.
not the old Kesha.
No. She's different now. She's
She is.
classy.
You're right. So this woman, little grandmother Kesha, we'll just say $ Kesha, is leading a movement to place crystals into the Pacific Ocean to absorb radiation poisoning. And
Is it working?
she's like,
Who's to say?
who knows? No, I don't think they've done it yet, but she's like trying to get people on board with trying to do that.
Well, if anything, it's making the oceans prettier. I don't know.
It'll be very
It'll be
reflective
pretty.
under there.
And then in 5,000 years, when probably the human race is no more, and they'll be like, what do you think they meant by having this giant thing of crystals right here? Like, there must have been some type of altar.
This was Atlantis for sure.
This is where it was. There must have been, this has to be a sunken civilization. And they're like,
Well-
no, it's just this one lady, and it was like our last ditch effort.
Fucking crystals. Well, I mean, yeah, who knows? Who knows what'll happen?
Hey, at least
and
she's
then
trying
we'll just blast off into our crystal spaceships and go inhabit another planet.
from our Uber drivers.
Our Uber crystals. So now I just want to talk about a couple different uses for different crystals, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then I'll shut the fuck up.
It's fine. I like it. This is very informative. I didn't know any of this stuff.
Oh, good.
It's good.
So, for negative energy, black tourmaline is used to deflect negativity, or clear quartz is used to dispel it. The placement of these crystals depend on what you intend to do with them. So, black tourmaline can be worn to combat negative people.
Harness the dark energy from my own doing.
From your own life. It's placed in a doorway to deflect negativity as people enter. It's put above a bed for nightmares and on a desk in the workplace. Clear quartz needs light and can have the same effect as smudging does, and therefore it works well hanging from the windows or in contact with direct light sources, aka the sun or the moon.
Nice.
It is said to brighten up the atmosphere and energize a room, and can make people feel uplifted in their own homes. Which, a little fun thing for me was when I moved into my new house, they had left 3 giant smoky quartz, like huge, like maybe at least one of them's like 10 pounds, like quartz, like on our doorstep.
That's right. You were saying that.
I was like, that's dope.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were just all about,
Maybe I should start storing my information in there about my life,
maybe,
my thoughts in there.
or at least expelling it,
Yes.
cleansing that shit out.
Yeah, I'm trying to cleanse my things.
It's fine. Everyone is.
So for protection, people are recommended to use amethyst in entrance ways to protect the house or office, under a pillow for nightmares, and it's also worn for personal protection.
Ooh.
And it's usually associated with your crown chakra.
Okay.
Okay, Jay?
Okay.
So good fortune, citrine is used. It's suitable for business and work, and a good place for citrine is right on your desk. If it's in your home, it should be placed in the living or family room to encourage good health and abundance. For confidence, you can use tiger's eye. It's good for inner confidence and authority. However, for confident expression, they recommend using turquoise. It should be worn over the throat for expression and can be worn anywhere for evil eye protection.
Ooh.
And Amazonite also does this rather well and has a beautiful color. I don't know what color it has, but you can look it up, bitch. So for love and relationships, rose quartz is used to attract unconditional love when worn by the wearer. It's unique because it works best carried on one's person or worn. To release heart baggage after bad breakups or traumatic relationships, moldavite or malachite are both great to cleanse your little heart chakra.
Adorbs.
For passion and intimacy, you can wear a ruby on your belly button like we talked about before. Or carnelian, which is an ancient stone used by Egyptians and Romans, can be used as this passion stone and attract success. Venedinite is also an excellent voom passion stone.
What the f...
It's used to ignite passion like a spark and attract the electric, passionate energy between two people. So you could probably wear that in your belly button too, or somewhere else.
Oh, you know where
Right
else.
in your vagine. Anyway, just kidding. I don't think that's necessary.
It sure
Right on
is
your
not.
forehead. Anyway.
Big no. Jesus Christ.
Never mind. So for grounding yourself, and if you're feeling out of, like, your life's out of control or it's moving too fast or you're feeling lost, hematite and magnetite are used, and more iron-based grounding stones are good for these types of things. For focus and concentration, amethyst is also used. And if you want to clear chatter in your mind to gain clarity and receive information, amethyst is also your mineral. Ooh. And you can magnify this with quartz. So I guess you just fucking double up on that shit. For awareness and intuition, celestite, kyanite, and sapphires are used for that. For anxiety, relaxation, and sleep disorders, I probably need to look into this. Kunzite is a powerful stone used to dissipate anxiety, and a mood balancing stone. Kunzite and kyanite are both fantastic for anxiety and can be either carried or worn. And for sleep, you can keep it next to your bed, under a pillow, or suspended over a bedroom window. So the benefits of crystal may well be underappreciated and poorly researched at this stage, just like the plants in the Amazon.
Always.
But the crystals have an amazing ability to influence and interact with our energy fields. They are unique in that they're conductors of light, sound, and electricity, yet can absorb high-intensity energy endlessly. So they're pretty powerful little rocks, and they're not just your pet rock named Jason. So take it as you will. A lot of people also speculate that it's just like a placebo effect, which it very well could be, but that's also been proven to
That's fine.
still help people.
Right?
So whatever works for you. If you find that it doesn't, then don't use it. But it just kind of goes with, like, just if you're completely skeptical about it and you go get them and you're still really skeptical about it, it probably won't see.
You probably won't see it or feel it.
You know? So it could be just placebo kind of thing, but who knows? It definitely, I know a lot of people that use them and swear by them and definitely feel differences in their lives because
Absolutely.
of their different crystals, and you just have to figure it out for yourself, motherfuckers.
No different than religion, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So if you're not hurting anyone, just fucking do it. If you hold a pencil and you feel less anxious, that's fucking great.
Just do it, man.
Just fucking do it. I hold a number 2 pencil against my forehead.
And then my family doesn't die.
And then
it's fine.
I live another day.
It's OCD, though.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's all I got.
I like it. That was very informative.
Good. I hope I didn't fucking make you guys all go to sleep.
No, it's good. We're here to learn, too. It's good. That was a lot of information.
Good.
So maybe I'll just stop taking those anti-anxiety pills and just put a crystal on my chest. It'll be fine.
When you sleep, just have a crystal fucking crown on.
It'll be great.
Or like just make a crystal bed.
Oh,
crystal blanket.
You could actually. They have crystal beds.
Those.
It's like they're like made out of amethyst stones, and then you can heat that shit up, and it feels real good on your body.
You heat it up?
Yeah, it's like a warming bed, but it's super fucking hard.
To 1,000 degrees Celsius.
1,000 degrees, and your skin falls off, and you feel cleansed.
And then your butt falls off, and you have to dig, and then a baby comes out.
Perfect. That's exactly right.
Great.
Well, great. That was very nice.
Oh,
Professor
also,
Bree.
I don't know. The only crystal place that I for sure know of in Fort Collins, I know there's a lot more than this, but Crystal Joyce. And I actually went in there, and it was a nice place.
Really? I don't think I've ever been into that one. There's the
It's really little, but it was
the
cute.
Nature's Own that has all the crystal shit.
Nature's Own has. So I actually went in there today before
But
I was researching.
We'll have to go one time to Manitou, and they have like this wholesale rock shop. So everything's like
so
like stupid cheap all the time. Like everything's like 50 or 75% off. So you can get like one of those really big ones for like $75.
Ooh, there's some haunted shit in Manitou too.
Is there?
Oh yeah, I was
Like
trying
what?
to research it. It's one of the hotels.
Of course it
obviously.
is. Ugh. Well, as
Yeah.
long as it doesn't have like a fucking
Little
crematorium
Manitou
in
trip.
the like the in the basement, then we're solid.
Perfect.
Perfection.
It might. It probably did.
You never know. Anyway,
All right. Well, I guess it's time for some nostalgia.
some nostalgia. Oh,
I
are you
can't
ready?
wait. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
We're back and we're ready to go with nostalgia.
Nostalgia, and it's I think a little bit of pop culture as well.
Perfect. That's why we combined the two.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What are you going to talk to us about?
Can I ask you if you've ever been to Universal Studios in Florida?
It's one of my favorite places on earth. Yes.
So yes. So did you happen to visit?
Seussland?
No, that's very nice. But Nickelodeon Studios,
No.
you never got to.
No.
I didn't either.
Oh my God.
So I'm doing the history of the Nickelodeon Studios, which is no longer there. It has not been there since 2005, I believe. You can never go there. Did you not know that?
I remember it
Brianna.
used to be there. Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida.
Right. It was like every like little kid's
Guess
holy
that's when I
land.
stopped watching Nickelodeon.
Well,
probably.
that's, it was like it was every 90s kid holy land that they wanted to go to at the
I
time.
just wanted to get slimed there.
Yeah. And you got to be a
Double
part.
dare.
You got to like be a part of all of it and everything else. No, it's no longer there. So, which is super sad.
This is exciting.
Okay. So here we go.
Whap, whap, whap. Oh, wait. That's not the Nickelodeon song. That
I
was
was like-
What Would You Do?
That's well, no, you were kind of close though.
There
There it is.
Nickelodeon.
Yes. Okay. So
Do you remember that like Gumby like scissors Nickelodeon one? Remember they
There
always
was-
have like little
there was a lot of
skits
them.
for the like the Nickelodeon like brand.
Yeah, it was and it was because they did that because the guys who remember like MTV back when they did music and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they had like these little
Yeah, a long time
bumpers,
ago.
and you saw like the man on the moon, and he would put like the flag, and it had MTV Network, and they had
Yeah.
all these bumpers, and so those guys, that's mine. Those
I just
I was
saw
like,
it.
don't touch it.
I saw it.
Those
I thought it was mine.
those guys actually did all those bumpers for Nickelodeon and kind of put them back on the map because they kind of
cool.
went in a slump for a little bit. So I'm gonna give you just like a fucking Cliff Notes version of the history of Nickelodeon just to get us into where Nick Studios was. Okay. So the channel first launched at the end of 1977 under the name of Pinwheel, and it was created by the Warner Cable Network. And the rebranding, and the rebranding and the true rollout of Nickelodeon came 2 years later in 1979, which announced the channel was going to be the home of kids-oriented content. So like the first ever children's network. So, and it was like commercial free at the time.
And when was this?
1977, and then they rebranded and relaunched in 1979.
Okay.
So a while ago. And they had their ups and downs like with their first decade, but thankfully some rebranding, which was the bumpers that MTV was doing, so those creators came in, rebranded and did all those little like you saw like with like the dinosaurs with the glasses or all of those just like this 15-second bumpers. They created those to just kind of give it a little bit like just to make it a little bit edgier.
Yeah.
And renewed focus on a demographic besides preschoolers, because that's pretty much what they were aiming for at first. Like with Pinwheel, it was like, and Pinwheel was just a show that was, it resembled a lot like Sesame Street. So,
Okay.
so they just kind of expanded their demographic. So when they did that, then there was like a demand for original programming, and Florida was a shit ton cheaper than LA to, and I think there was some tax breaks as well that was happening. So they went out to Florida to open up with Universal Studios at the time, because Universal Studios Florida was not open at the time yet. So they were gonna launch it all together. So in November of 1988, Nickelodeon joined the Universal Studios Florida team to make its very first production studio. And in spring of 1989, they filmed their first show there, Super Sloppy Double Dare. It was a
That
very
was the year I was born.
that was, I mean, destiny right there. Look at that. So on June 7th of 1990, the studio, along with the park, officially opened, and they had a 3-hour special to christen the opening with Mark Summers.
Oh my God,
What?
Mark!
Yeah, so they did a whole 3-hour celebration of them opening it up the same day.
And that was the start of his fame, wasn't it?
Wasn't it the start and the end of his fame?
He's on Food Network now hosting Unwrapped, bitch.
I've never watched that show.
Well,
I probably should, I guess.
you shouldn't. It's usually like unwrapping, like, how do they
Hashtag
make the most
sponsor us.
processed foods in America?
Oh, then no.
Let's watch.
I don't want to watch
Well,
that.
first they take all the chemicals that they possibly can fit, and then they make different colors. Anyways.
Oh my God. I don't know why that's reminding me of this, but like I was watching, when I was researching, I was just watching a bunch of like just all like the old Nickelodeon tags and everything else. And I remember Pinwheel, it must have done reruns because since I was born in 85, it must have been doing reruns at the time. But it was a really weird Sesame Street, like way they did not have the
Like
budget that
creepy
Sesame
Street.
It was just like, what the fuck is
Like
happening,
Chuck E. Cheese
Sesame
puppets.
Street? Like I was watching one of the Pinwheels, and it was just like this long, and I think it was just like showing, like a family like making dinner like back in the 80s, or I think it was like 83 or 84, and it was like this narration of this kid, and you're just like kind of watching like a family make a meal. And I think because you're talking about Unwrapped and talking about processed foods, so he was talking about, he's like, my mom makes dinner, and then she was like making like she was like, we go shopping first for the dinner, and then we're like watching her go to a grocery store, and he's like, I can't keep up with the cash register because he goes too fast. And he's like, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And they transition to the home, and then like she's like taking the chicken out, and she's like putting it underwater and everything else, and she's like, he's like, sometimes I help my mom make dinner. And it was like robotic, like this voiceover. And they come in, and he's like, sometimes my dad comes home at 4. And then he comes and he helps to make dinner. And the dad comes home, he opens up the freezer, and he's got like one of those like super big, like looks like fucking football rings or whatever.
Oh my God.
He opens up, and then he like, he opens up the freezer. He takes out like a box, and you're like, oh, what's that? It's a box of corn, essentially, and he like opens the box, like puts some water in, and then like dumps it in a pan and like walks out of the room.
Thanks, Dad.
That was his way of making dinner. And I was like,
Dad
oh,
helps
my
make dinner.
And he was like, okay, and he's like wrestling with the box for a minute, and he just walks out of the room.
It's hard for Dad.
It's super hard for Dad. So I turned it off because that was like 15 minutes, and we're just watching this, and maybe it was
That's
just.
probably why I didn't do very well.
And I was like, this was programming back then. Like, there's no way that this would like hold a kid's attention span. It was weird. Anyway,
that's fun.
I was just laughing just because I'm like, sometimes he comes home to make dinner, and he just like opens, he's like, God fucking Brenda, and then puts it in. Like, there, can I go have my goddamn beer?
I thought you were going to say, sometimes he comes home at 4, but sometimes he doesn't come home at all.
That's what it felt like it was. Yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, so, and in 1992, a time capsule was buried to commemorate, oh my gosh, buried to celebrate the studio's opening. And we're going to use a different word. Okay, anyway. A special capsule burial ceremony was broadcast live on Nickelodeon and was hosted by Mike O'Malley and Joey Lawrence, who I don't know who the fuck that is.
Joey Lawrence?
He's not the NSYNC dude.
I fucking know, Shay. I was also in love with Joey Lawrence. He was on Brotherly Love. He's one of the Lawrence brothers. He's Matthew Lawrence's oldest brother. He's the hottest. He was really buff. He had a bald head the most of the time. He was in Blossom.
Well, fuck me. Shit.
I love Joey Lawrence. I know he's not from fucking... That's Joey Fatone, bitch.
Well,
Don't even get me started.
Clearly. Woohoo!
Anyways, that's Joey. Oh my God. Lawrence was one of my...
I never watched any of that shit.
One of my top last names I would pretend I had was Lawrence because I was married to Joey Lawrence when I was little. Clooney was also.
Well, that's because it was Clooney. Hello.
Yeah, and I was like...
It's gorgeous.
5.
Yeah. You're like,
that gray hair.
I'm going to marry him.
Yeah.
Fucking Silver Fox.
After Batman and Robin.
You're like, done. Sealed. So that was buried in front of Soundstage 18. And what was in the time capsule, you ask?
Slime?
Nope.
Gap.
Well, actually, yeah.
Squant.
So it contains items deemed important to the children of 1992, as voted upon by Nickelodeon. No, I'm sorry. As voted upon by Nickelodeon viewers, including bubblegum, a skateboard, a comic book, a phone book.
I feel like I remember this.
I remember the ceremony. I don't remember like what was put in it. Actually, no. I remember there was like in the Nickelodeon magazine that they had, like you could vote what you could put in there.
Yeah.
But my parents, they weren't going to pay the postage on that shit. So a phone book, which I'm sure kids don't even know what the fuck that is anymore.
Oh, no.
A Home Alone VHS tape.
Oh, my God.
A Back to the Future VHS tape. An assorted photographs of bicycles, trains, cars, politicians, and celebrities. A piece of the Berlin Wall, which I did not know that.
The children voted on that.
Yes. The Orlando, which is, I guess, the newspaper over there. Florida TV Guide from the week of April 30th, 1992. A baseball, a Barbie doll, a Nintendo Game Boy. This fucking capsule must have been huge.
Yeah, it's like, how big is this?
right?
A coffin size? Jesus.
It is a coffin of our dreams. A Nicktoons t-shirt.
Perhaps.
Oh, I didn't read this before. Michael Jackson CDs.
Oh, no. That was like right when he was getting...
That was when he was...
That was
the
like...
end
end of that year was when he got like first convicted.
I believe so,
Or,
yeah.
like,
or at least
questioned.
that's when like when the boys were talking about that on that documentary, that's when all of this shit was going down.
Holy
Ooh.
shit, that's weird.
Yeah. Twinkies, an issue of Nickelodeon magazine, Rollerblades, a can of Nickelodeon Gak.
Yes, I knew it.
Yes, Reebok Pump sneakers.
Ooh.
And a copy of the Book of Endangered Species, who are all probably extinct now.
Oh my God. Wow, that's awesome that they included that.
Right?
So
But
you'd be like, wow. look
we're
what
like,
we
man,
did.
remember what
Fucking-
pandas used to look like? Jesus.
Yeah.
So, it is set to be reopened on April 30th.
30th.
30th-ish. April 30th, 2042. Exactly 50 years after being buried at Nickelodeon Studios.
That's sweet.
So, it is Nickelodeon Studios it consisted of sound stages 18 to 19, along with a central building between them that housed both Nickelodeon Productions offices, dressing rooms, makeup rooms, the GAC kitchen, and the game.
What?
I guess there's a GAC
Let's
kitchen.
reopen that.
Oh yeah, and the Game Lab live show, located on stage 17 for guests for the guests of the Universal Studios of Florida. So Soundstage 21, located directly behind stages 17 and 18, was also part of the production facility in the early 1990s, when a larger soundstage was needed to tape Nickelodeon's Global Guts.
Oh, that was a sweet show.
We all fucking love
Had to
Global
fit
Guts.
that mountain somewhere.
Oh yeah, Craig.
The Craig.
And
The lady with that thick ass British accent.
Yeah, and you're like, what was her name? Meg.
Frau?
Meg. It was Meg, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Frau.
Frau.
So
the globe.
it shot all of its game shows there. There was a multitude of them, and some of which were Guts,
Yeah.
of course, Legends of the Hidden Temple,
Temple?
Temple, which was one of my favorite ones because I was like, how the fuck, like how. Number one, like when you would watch like the kids go through like the maze and they would get like spooked by the what were they called? They're like the little tribalismen, and you're like, ah! God.
Yeah.
And some of them would like get like right away.
Yeah.
And other ones, you were like, God, that wasn't fair. And you had to give like some of their token or whatever. Or no, they had to earn the token. If they didn't have any tokens, they were out.
Yeah.
But it was
Good
like
memory.
it was like an intricate like little maze that they had to kind of go through. Double Dare, and well, I think that was at the time it was called Family Double Dare, and Double Dare 2000.
I remember Double Dare 2000.
And Jesus fucking Christ, like all fucking 14 varieties have figured it out. I mean,
oh yeah, Figure It Out was like, I wanted to be on
Yeah.
that show so
Summer
bad, but I never
Sanders.
knew what I was gonna do. I was like, I can shake my eyes. I would constantly try
Right?
to come up with shit to like fucking
to do it.
do on Figure It Out.
But I also like really love their prizes toward the end of like like toward the end of like the studio's life, because you could tell like either they were losing budgeting or like
Here's some nerds.
because it was just like they just kept getting sadder and sadder, like, and you win a ticket to fucking Universal Studios, and like
We're
are
fucking
already
here.
Yeah, this
I have to extend
sucks.
my trip now.
Yeah, or like you win a sweatshirt. They were not the best.
Yeah.
So where am I? Okay,
Did you
so
say what would you do?
I don't think I said what would because these were the ones that I kind of really watched, but what would you do was on there as well.
Do you remember that show with like the kids would turn into puppets and it was like that stinky like fucking dog?
I think wait, was that
skeleton?
Wienerville?
Yeah,
That was Wienerville. That was shot here too.
Yes.
That was shot here too.
That show was fucking weird and awesome.
I remember watching previews, but I thought it was like, it wasn't for me. I think I was more into like Rocko's Modern Life and like the Nicktoons at the time. So they also shot, which I did not know this, but they also shot fucking Clarissa Explains It All there, which I did not know that.
Oh my god.
Keenan and Kel,
Yes.
and only like 2 seasons of All That.
I was gonna say all that was probably there.
All That, but just for the like 1 and 2. I feel like there was like 4 or 5 seasons of All That, but I guess those were shot back at California at one time. And I remember this one, but I don't know if you do. Roundhouse. Do you remember Roundhouse?
Remind me what it was.
It was kind of like All That, but like it was on like just like almost like just one stage, and there was like way more dancing. Working at the Roundhouse.
No.
No? Oh.
Nope. I watched Mickey Mouse Club.
Okay. It was
And all that.
It wasn't as like it. All that was obviously like Saturday Night Live. Roundhouse was like that, but it was
It was like in living color.
It was just, I think it was kind of like that, actually, to be honest. It was just different.
Yeah.
And there was like a bunch of other series like Wienerville, but like Adventures of Pete and Pete wasn't there. So
they were outside a lot.
they were, and like what was
Hey
it?
Dude.
Yeah, Hey Dude.
Salute to your shorts.
Those were not shot there, which they're probably like, we'll die if we go outside in Florida.
Yeah. We got to be in the California
Yeah.
woods.
We know our rights as kids. You can only shoot with us for 2 hours.
2
So
to 12
Yeah.
hours.
So they shot a few of the Nick Jr. program there as well. I believe Gullah Gullah Island was one of them. Did you watch Gullah Gullah Island?
Oh my god, yes.
So my sister watched Gullah Gullah Island, but I did not.
Come and let's play together.
Yeah. So, but the other one that they shot there was like the one that was near and dear to my heart was Eureka's Castle.
I was just gonna ask.
Yes, Eureka's. So it was like Sesame Street, but like fucking funnier.
Way better.
Yeah, so much better.
That dragon, I want him to be my best
Magellan.
friend.
Magellan. Yes.
And the bat that sang La Cucaracha.
Batley.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking knew them all, girl.
And then the fucking dinosaur's blanket that always
Yeah.
they always like zoomed in and the polka dots on
Yeah.
this blanket were always like
And they would go
hanging
into a
out.
cartoon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So good.
Okay, so the big fucking deal was that like you could go and like be part of the game shows, right? I mean, that's why I wanted to go, because I wanted to just at least be
Be in the studio audience.
in the studio audience. I mean, I knew that you didn't really just get plucked from. I mean, it was like, because if you had to like go on like the Craig or whatever, you had to audition and shit like that. But you wanted to go so you could be like part of the audience. You could maybe get slimed or whatever. So, like you wanted to go and like be part of it, or like at least watch them. So, one of the funniest facts that I found out about the contestants, from like one like the game show Guts. So winners didn't actually get to take home the giant neon rock they hoist at the end of the episode. Yeah. So, but they did receive a replica in the mail afterwards. The replica was basically a lamp with a little pull string that intended to like that indeed looked just like the trophy. So it looked verbatim like it. So apparently, though, because of the lamp's design, you couldn't replace the bulb. So when it died, your memories went with it. Perhaps those medals they won kept that little light alive. They did get to keep those at least. So,
God,
it got the
that's
medals
funny.
at least, which is hilarious.
Well, that's good.
So they got like, can you imagine though? Can you put that like right over your face? There you go.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just preempting you.
Thank you.
So, that was just the funniest one that I found. I was like, you didn't actually get to keep that rock because you wanted the rock.
That rock was so dope.
It was so fucking cool.
It was like a lightning bolt rock.
It was so amazing. So, so the big thing, I guess, the big attraction was you get to do the tour. So that was what everyone stood in line for. So Nickelodeon Studios featured a tour for visitors of the Nickelodeon for the Universal Studios theme park. As they entered the building, they would go up an escalator to the second floor, where they would enter a Blue's Clues themed room. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't Blue's Clues all the time until they started making Blue's Clues. Mm-hmm. From there, they would enter the Soundstage 19 viewing tube, which sounds
viewing tube. So Nickelodeon.
In which the tour guide would tell them about the production taking place, on there. So whatever show was running at the time, so they could walk through it, not disturb what was going on, and just kind of watch. And I'm pretty sure you could also stand in line to be in the audience, and you would just siphon out after so many rounds, because sometimes it would take a couple hours to shoot stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So then they would enter the control room viewing area, which showed a video about Nickelodeon, and they would be allowed to see into the control room. From there, they entered Soundstage 18 viewing tube, where they would again learn about the production going on below. They would then go down another escalator to the game lab and bypass it to the hallway with to go through it. They would pass the hallway with the wardrobe, makeup, and the GAC kitchen departments, where they would get a hands-on experiencing testing the GAC and slime, so they got to just play with it. And
that's cool.
Wasn't that fucking badass?
Why don't they have that still? That's fucking dope.
People would fucking go to that.
Oh my god, yes.
And trying on different items for Nickelodeon production. So
that's fun.
Yeah. So then the tour would conclude in the game lab, where lucky guests would have the chance to participate in testing possible games for Nickelodeon shows. So they just got to play games.
Fun.
Yeah, which is very, very cool. And then, and even then have a chance to get slimed. So then they would pick one guest or two guests out of the little tour, and they would get slimed.
Oh my god, how fun!
Isn't that fun? So that sounds like a fucking badass tour.
Yeah, it's like Willy Wonka tour,
but better. No one gets mad at you at the end.
That's true. You don't get eaten by the Oompa Loompas.
It's true. The entire experience lasted around 40 minutes. It's a long fucking tour.
Oh my god, how fun.
Sadly,
I want to go to that.
Right? But sadly that tour would get cut down to a mere 15 minutes in June of 2001.
All right, we're going to sprint through. Let's go.
Right. They cut out all the tour stuff because there was no production happening, really. So they would just go straight. So the tour would just go straight to how slime was made, and
and here's all that Nickelodeon is anymore.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what they would do. They would just go to pretty much the GAC kitchen and maybe the game part where they would kind of test stuff but that was pretty much the entire tour. They just would skip over the production house part, which would be the coolest fucking part.
I know.
So
that's
they would just learn pretty much how the slime would get made on the tour now, and that was take 15 minutes, and which from Mr. Mark Summers himself, this is the recipe for slime. It is 2 cups of oatmeal, 3 cups.
2 cups of oatmeal.
Yes, 3 cups of applesauce, 4 cups of vanilla pudding, 3 to 4 drops of green food coloring. And that's it. Doesn't that sound disgusting?
Ew, it's oatmeal?
Yeah. So
it's not chunky.
That's what I can't figure out. So mix together the oatmeal, applesauce, and vanilla pudding in a large bowl, stirring slowly and thoroughly as you go. And the green food coloring...
to make it taste good, I guess.
And the the green food coloring at the end...
That tastes good.
Yeah. And add the food coloring at the end, and voila, you've got your very own batch of slime. And I guess a bonus, it's fucking edible. I don't even know.
And then you can serve it on your salad.
Lori Beth Dimberg actually has this lovely quote. She was one of the
ladies. I love her.
She was one of the ladies on All That. She was on
what was her news show on All That called?
I don't even remember.
I was going to say The Inconvenient Truth.
Well, it's probably pretty close.
It was, I forget it, but she's awesome. I love her.
She was hilarious.
She was in Dodgeball too.
She was in Dodgeball for a hot minute.
Squished Justin Long.
She did.
Anyway.
So she talked about kind of any advice to anybody who they're so what was it like to get slimed? And she's this is what she said. Quote, sit straight up or lean back a little bit. If you're going to get slimed, get slimed. Don't curl up in a ball and let it run down your back into your butt crack. And apparently it would stain all her shit forever. So it everything turned green.
They better pay her good money.
Oh, I'm sure they did not, but that's fine.
Yeah, she was always on Figure It Out.
Yeah. She was on Figure It Out because, like, after all that rap, she was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll go milk this cow. That's fine.
I'm going to milk that cow.
I'm going to milk it. Exactly. Just throwback.
I'm going to milk that cow.
So, about the closure. So, by the summer of 2001, Nickelodeon Studios was down to a very small number of employees. The majority of Nickelodeon production had moved to Nickelodeon on Sunset Facility in Hollywood, California. Due to the decrease in the size of audiences attending like live recordings of shows and like waning interest of like the game shows and sitcoms, which were like the sole output of Nickelodeon Studios, more than half of business was being lost. On top of all that, the facility had been experiencing
All that? On top of all that?
On top of all that,
Sorry.
I like it. Had been experiencing a steady decline of visitors since around 2000. Which I guess, to be fair, like, it was just a different... I mean, they had way more competition. I mean, Nickelodeon at the time was just, like... I didn't watch Disney Channel. I mean, I know
like
that you did.
Nickelodeon or Disney.
Right. But, like, there was way more, I think, by the time 2000 came around. So...
Yeah. Like Cartoon Network. Fucking...
1000%. So...
all the other ones.
So,
And the other ones.
So, on top of all that, the facility had... been experiencing a steady decline of visitors since around 2000 and had even a bigger decline after Hurricane Charlie damaged it in 2004. It closed its doors permanently on April 30th of 2005, and the final program taped there was Nickelodeon's Splat on August 17th of 2004.
Wow.
Which is kind of hilarious because that was like...
2004?
That was when I graduated high school.
That's when I moved to Colorado. I was a sophomore.
End of an era. So, from 2005...
Wow, that was an end of an era for
a lot of
for
things.
both of us.
For both of us.
And for Nickelodeon.
It's true. God. So, from 2005 to 2015, most of the studio just sat abandoned. Like a ghost town. Like, everything in the interior of, like, the production house was completely intact for, like, over fucking 10 years. And they just like got up
just
and
a ghost
like
town.
left. There was like
what if there's Nickelodeon ghosts?
Right. So you actually can like walk. You could walk through it. Like people had like kind of broken into it and like just to see what it looked like. And there was like all these murals of like fucking Ren and Stimpy and Mighty Toast Man. Like if you ever watched Ren and Stimpy and
Mighty Toast Man.
Mighty Toast Man. Oh yeah.
Is he from Ren and Stimpy?
He's from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
so there was a lot of
show.
Oh, I love that show. So there was like a lot of like Ren and Stimpy murals all through that. I think Rugrats, Wild Thornberries, all of it. So it looked like, I mean, I was like, God, that looks like a fucking cool office to work at. I mean, it was just Nickelodeon, everything, everywhere.
Like Lisa Frank.
Yeah, just murals everywhere. It looked very 1990s.
So there's nothing in Florida anymore?
There's nothing in Florida anymore.
They need to reopen that shit.
I know.
feel like...
Well, people now with like SpongeBob and stuff, like...
Yeah, and all the parents... Sorry, I keep...
Yeah. It's all
in
good.
the spring.
I know. It's fun to play with.
It is.
So, on November 9th of 2006, Universal Orlando announced the Soundstage 18, which was one of Nickelodeon's sound stages, would be redesigned to become a 1,000-seat permanent venue for the Blue Man Group. Woo.
What?
Yeah, so that's what's there now. The main venue opened on June 1st of 2007, and the exterior of Nickelodeon Studios was painted to match the Blue Man Group. So even though the interior sat for, I believe, the stage 19 and the production house, like the production in between those had not, like they just stayed untouched for a long time, the exterior was repainted pretty quickly. Like all the signage was taken down, that slime fountain was ripped out, all of it. Yeah.
So wait, the slime fountain wasn't applesauce.
No, because that looked like water. It was like,
Yeah,
but it was green though, so they dyed it. But to me, like also, that's like sometimes the slime would look extra chunky.
I guess you're right.
But like a lot of the times, the slime would be like super like not chunky at all. So
maybe
that was
towards the end.
Yeah, and maybe
they had to cut back on their oatmeal
maybe Mark
consumption.
Summers was lying. I don't know. Maybe it was more pudding than anything.
Yeah. Cut back on the Quakers.
As of 2019, the rest of the interior Oh, I'm sorry. 1 minute. Yeah. So the the outside was painted to match the Blue Man Group theme. As of 2019, the rest of the interior of Stage 19 and the production offices have been painted over or gutted, and there are no remnants of Nick Studios except in one of the bathrooms, within the building. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure on which soundstage or within if it was in the production offices. But they're in one of the bathrooms, like one of the guys' bathrooms, there's like, you can still see green tile on the floor that resembles like a slime spill. And that's the only remnant of Nick Studios. Like the entire legacy is in the men's bathroom on the floor.
Like, how have they not, like, made a museum or something like that?
Maybe they do in California.
Maybe they
I don't
are.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, the
That's
time capsule,
crazy.
though, that got moved to the Nick. So it initially got moved. There was a Nick Resort on Universal property in Orlando, but that got shut down. And then
Nickelodeon.
yeah, so then that got moved to Nickelodeon Animation Studios in Burbank, California, where it sits today. So stay tuned for that in 2042.
Nickelodeon still has like shows and shit, right? It's
They
just
do
not
have-
as big as Disney.
No, they don't. I feel like they have like, I mean, they pretty much like hitched their train to fucking SpongeBob, and that's what they do.
I mean, SpongeBob probably made them enough money. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Probably saved them.
But I mean, I feel like if anything came back at Universal, it would be fucking SpongeBob everything,
Yeah,
and that
you're
would
right.
annoy
It'd
me.
be
It
SpongeBob Land.
wouldn't be like classic Nickelodeon like we would want it, like with Rugrats and
Yeah.
Our Monsters and Doug and
Yeah, Doug.
Rocko's Modern Life and yeah,
Oh my god, Doug is like one of my fucking favorites.
it was a good one. It's on Hulu.
Doug is?
Yeah, the original ones, not the stupid Disney one. But the entire series
Oh
is
yeah,
on.
Doug did take over, or Disney did take over Doug.
Yep, they took it over. It's different now. Anyway,
Pork Chop and Skeeter and BB
Roger and BB and Patty Mayonnaise and
so good.
Judy.
Clarissa Explains It All was my all-time favorite though. It
was a good
I
one.
just wanted to be her
With an alligator named
everything
Elvis.
in my life.
Who
Yep.
didn't? And then she was like, and then she just was Clarissa as a witch in Sabrina. That's why I was.
Oh yeah,
just grew up with a talking black
Sabrina
cat.
the Teenage
It's fine.
Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the main reasons, like, I've always liked black cats, and that's probably one of the main reasons because
Who doesn't?
black cats are the best. I might get a black cat. It might be time again. The first black cat I ever had, his name was Oreo, and he didn't have a tail.
Why
And
did you name him Oreo?
Let me tell you, because he
I
was
was
black.
like, I'm gonna interrupt your story before you even
He
tell
was
it.
all black, and he had a little white patch on his chest, and he was born without a tail, or someone cut it off, and we found him in our neighbor's bushes because one day our neighbors called us, and they're like, we have kittens over here if you guys want to come find them.
You're like,
And
done.
so we went over to our neighbor's house, and we like took there were 2 kittens in their bushes, and we kept them.
Aw.
Buttons and Oreo, and they were perfect, but Oreo didn't have a tail.
Well, it's okay. No
And-
judgment.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the story of Oreo, my first black cat.
I like it.
And then him and my dog were best friends, and it was like the best ever.
It was the best.
That's my
I
childhood.
like it. I like it.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, well, that was yeah. So that was like a
That was very nostalgic.
that was fast. So sorry.
Yeah, that was super fucking nostalgic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because again, that was always on something. Because I remember like the do you remember the commercial that the kids were all like running like across like a field, quote unquote, but it was like that. It was a blue building, and it was Nickelodeon Studios, so you could see the Nickelodeon thing in the
Yeah.
back, and they were like running and like film live at Nickelodeon Studios, and
At Universal. Yeah,
yeah,
and they
and-
had the big Universal
and
globe.
I wanted to go so bad, and I
Me
never got
too.
to. It was on my bucket list, and I actually didn't know it closed down that quickly.
I know, 2004?
I mean, it was only open for 15 years ish, because it opened in 1991 technically, or 1992. I'm sorry. No, what?
And then the Kids' Choice Awards
That
used
might
to
not
be
be right. I
there,
could be wrong.
wasn't it?
1992. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was out in California. I think
Or
they would like they would do like a live.
satellite
They would like
to-
do a live stream, and it was super. I mean, it was just like Nickelodeon was just a fucking different. It really was like an all kids network. So
Which is sweet.
anyway, so I just wanted to cover the Nickelodeon series because that doesn't exist no more. It's
I didn't
super
even
sad.
like think about that.
I know that would have been a good one.
Yeah. And I have been to Universal Studios in
But
Florida.
you guys, if you guys didn't know, and I'm sure he's coming to a town near you, but Double Dare is on tour.
me and Shay might go.
Yeah, just so you. everyone
Also,
knows.
we might need to figure out how to like be in it.
I don't know if that's possible unless you know a kid that I don't have.
Jed!
Oh, duh! Oh my God,
Jed!
he's the perfect age.
And he is so competitive.
It'll be great. We'll be like, we're his moms.
And my sister, I'll just pretend to be his mom. 'Cause my
Exactly.
sister probably won't want to do that.
Yes, and he'll be going like Brianna, be like, shut up.
No, when
You're gonna
I'm-
wait in the car.
When I have to babysit him, I'm Brie Mommy. So
Brie
not
Mommy?
Brianti.
I like it.
Brie Mommy.
So she knows who the authority is.
Exactly.
I like it.
It's a joke.
I
and
like
It's
it.
probably kind of weird, but whatever.
No, it's not weird.
Brie Mommy, because he calls me Brianti.
I like it.
That's what he came up with, and he was like 2 and started talking.
That's cute.
Yeah,
He's a clever fucker.
He's real motherfucking clever.
And he's adorable.
He also is getting real fucking smart
Is he?
and literally like knows everything. Did you know that?
I believe that. I mean, I didn't know that because I'm not as smart as Jed, but it's fine.
No, you're not 8.
Anyway,
So-
I know.
Anywho,
But yeah, so that was my little short. It was a lot shorter than last week, guys. So sorry, that was a little bit of a long episode.
no, history is
yeah.
no joke.
It isn't. It's really long. That's why they call it history.
His story.
His story.
And hers.
yeah, come on. 2019.
Sexist
Stupid bitch.
assholes. Anyway, should we roll then?
We should roll. Let's roll. So we
Do
can
you
get you
wanna
on your
roll?
way to your baby shower.
Yeah, and get you on your way to your scootin' fest. How's your leg, Shay?
It's better.
It's looking like it's still in a boot, but it's slowly healing. Maybe you should put some
slowly-
crystals on it, Shay.
You know, I'll
You should shove some crystals
I'll
in your
just
boot.
shove some crystals in my boot. Be like, I don't know why this is really jabby, but it's fine.
Do you want me to give you some of my smoky quartz?
You know,
It's breaking off of its giant stone.
I don't want to take away any of your good fortune juju.
We did break
crystals.
some of it off because we rinsed it off.
Oh, whoops! So we're like, well, that sucks.
But it's just like, because it's a crystal, so it like grows in like little bits and pieces.
Which I didn't know that it grows, but you said like if it's plucked out of its environment, that it stops growing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think this was a big crystal plucked out of its environment, but it already had like, it has like, but I can like get big pieces off of it, little pieces off of it, but
And it
it's
also-
in one big. It's like
Okay.
like a fucking.
Like an onion.
It's like an onion.
It's perfect. All right.
It's like a,
It's something.
you know, it's like a thing
It's a thing.
with
thing.
the
Oh,
pieces.
fuck.
Nice catch. Shay just literally, that noise you guys just heard was Shay banging her face
Yeah, it was
against the
good.
microphone
It was
because she
good.
was catching the dice.
I was catching it. Here we go.
But you caught it.
Let's
and
try that
you
again.
Still got to roll. 6.
Paranormal. Fuck yes. Oh. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
If I get 5,
You got paranormal. Well, double ghost story. What?
ooh, maybe I'll do something not ghosty.
That's true. Because I'm gonna probably do something ghosty. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
Okay, maybe I'll do some alien crystal stories.
You can do whatever. I'm sure our listeners won't mind two doubleheader ghost stories.
No. There's some good ones out there.
I think I already know which one I'm gonna do.
Oh shit! I don't.
That's good. You probably won't do
Anyway.
mine. I don't know why I'm handing that to you. I'll put
Well,
it back on my altar. My rock.
put it-
Speaking of Nickelodeon, it's like my Rock Modern Life altar.
Yes, it's just Rocco's Modern Life figurines and a dice now. On her dice.
They're the best.
So hey guys, it's Bree here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what time it is. It's time for me to tell you about our Instagram, which hopefully you know about, and if you don't know about it, you should go follow us.
Please.
THURDYISH 30ish. Also, if you like our posts, share them or DM us if you're liking what we're doing.
Please.
Hashtag support local.
We're gonna make shirts for sure, though.
Also, another thing, if you guys are ever like, you know, posting on your stories and you're like feeling like you're in your 30s, you're like, oh my god, I'm so old. Just like
our
hashtag 30ish
awesome follower,
makes us excited.
Kitty Cat.
Oh, Catty Cat.
Yeah, 'cause
Kitty
she's-
Catty Cat.
I don't know why I'm calling her that. I'm
Kitty
sorry.
Cat. She's a cat. It's Catty Cat. Kitty Cat.
Stop it.
Anyways,
Okay.
shut up. So yeah, that's fun for us, and just your guys' little comments you leave us are always fun and cool, and we like hearing what you're thinking because we love doing this. We want to keep it going. Also, we might have a
We don't might. We do.
we actually have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's just our episodes right now, but hopefully we'll do some more stuff. But I wanted to just put it up there just so it's like an extra place for people to listen. I don't know. People sometimes just listen from YouTube. I don't know. So I'm just putting it up there. But hopefully it's also, we can release some other stuff, not just like our episodes.
Yeah, we got some things
Yeah.
in the works for releasing on a YouTube channel, so
It'll be good.
we're excited about that. Yeah. But anyway,
Stay tuned.
thanks again for listening. Always, we love you guys.
Wouldn't be here without
It's
you.
sweet. It's been fun, and we love it, and we love you. So thanks.
Thanks
Follow
for
us.
being on
Let
our
us
love
know what you
train.
think. People all over the world, join hands.
And join the love train. Toot toot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was going to say something about a caboose, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I just literally
stopped.
just was moving my mouth without sound.
You need a
and that's
nap,
it.
I think.
Yeah.
Did you have
Hopefully
a-
not on my drive to
Did
Denver.
you have a nap today?
I didn't. If no one's seen that video, you should go look it up.
Yes.
It's a little girl.
It's-
Needs a nap.
So cute. I think a lot of people our age can relate to that.
Yeah, it's true. Also, I just heard about this thing called the Nap Network, and it's like
Is it just
something
people sleeping and meditation
It's just like
songs?
people, yeah, just
love it.
like encouraging you to take a nap. And
You're going to be a better person. Just eat some protein
just fucking take a nap.
and take a nap. Just eat a fucking steak and take a nap. You're going to feel better.
You have to find the right nap balance. It's hard. 'Cause
well.
it's like, don't do it too long, but don't do it too short.
That's fair.
Anyway, yeah, I do feel like I need to take a nap, but
It's fine.
I don't think I can. So
But I liked your stuff about your crystals. And we'll see you
good.
guys
Maybe
next
I'll
week.
maybe I'll find a crystal to help my sanity.
It's like you closed your eyes and then you didn't know how to speak anymore.
I did. I was like,
I
wait,
think
now
you
I'm
need
gonna take a nap if I'm closing my eyes.
I think you might need a nap.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go take a nap. I hope you guys have a nice day.
Okay.
Bye bye, Shay.
Bye-bye, Bree.